Hi, good morning. My name is Hannah Studley from the Mind Body Institute, and I want to make a video about illusions. I was having a conversation about this in my membership group yesterday, and I think the conversation was really interesting, so I want to share it with you. So we were talking about how thought is always an illusion. So what does that mean? So first of all, I'm going to say that thought is a spiritual energy. And if you know me, this is when I start moving my hands around. Like, what does that even mean? But spiritual energy, I'm guessing, because it's energy, is always moving. It's always moving through our minds. Because thought is not a thing. Like, you can't put it in a box, right? You can't find it on a postmortem. So it's a spiritual essence, let's say, that's moving through my mind. And it's an illusion because we're always only ever feeling that thinking, not our circumstances. So if I'm only ever feeling my thinking, not my reality, whatever that is, and don't ask me because that is way above my pay grade, right? If I'm only feeling my thinking about my circumstances or my pain or my situation, my relationships, then it's kind of an illusion because it's not the actual thing, right? So this is the illustration or the example that we came up with in my membership, which is like, thought is kind of like wearing a pair of glasses. Now, I need glasses for reading. You know, I'm at that age where my arms aren't long enough to read a book anymore. I need them for the computer. And so when I'm looking through my glasses, what can happen is they can get schmutzy, like they can get fingerprints on and they can get dusty. Or like, if you don't wear glasses, think of driving in a car with the windshield or the windscreen, or even your windows, right? Windows can get dirty. And if we're looking through the dirty windows or the dirty glasses, and there's dust and bugs and all kinds of things on it, we might think that that's our reality. Oh my gosh, it's really foggy today, right? How am I going to get through the day? See how I'm starting to panic because I'm looking at the illusion of my thinking, not actual reality. So why is this important? So you often heard me talk about I don't use tools or techniques, because the reason is when you understand that we are looking at illusion and you know it's always going to pass, then I don't need to be frightened. There's actually nothing to do. When you realize something's an illusion, you don't have to be frightened. So take this a little bit further. When people are in their best minds, when we are calm, when we're peaceful, imagine the most enlightened person that's ever been in history who you think of as really peaceful and calm. I bet you that I know that they are still feeling their thinking. When I'm calm and peaceful, I'm still seeing the world through the illusion of my thinking. Now, it might be clear, like I've just cleaned my glasses or I've just washed my windows, but it's still through that medium of seeing thought, but it's still through that medium of knowing that thought is how I'm seeing and feeling things. So I hope that analogy kind of made it a little bit more simple. If not, ask me questions, challenge me. I love to hear from everybody. So let me know what you're thinking. Can you see it's an illusion? Can you see that you're the thinker of that illusion, the thinker of those thoughts? Because that's the way to freedom. All right? I hope that was helpful. I hope you have a great day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.